Today's lesson is going to be on a series of cohesiveness. It's going to be on a series of cohesiveness. And what I mean by that is we have the Hermit. It's a series of cohesiveness and cover-ups of one form of another. So we have the Hermit covered up. We also have the High Priestess covered up. We also have the Hierophant in other decks. In this deck, it's called the High Priest covered up. And then we have the Moon. Real cover up. And today's lesson is going to be on the Hermit. The Hermit. The Hermit is probably one of my favorite cards, but I might have said that about every single card so far. But the Hermit is probably one of my favorite cards. Let me remind everyone to get... Oh, I don't have the book in front of me. Oh, the Witch's Tarot app on Android and iPhone. It's fun, and that way you get to follow along in what I'm doing. And also, get the book, Tarot Plain and Simple, by Anthony Lewis. And... oh, I had something else to tell you to get, but can't remember. All right, let's begin. The Hermit. The Hermit. The Wise Man. The Monk. It means to go in. It means to search your soul. Search you. It means changes because you know something has to give. Oh, where's my glasses? Oh. It means to think, contemplate, meditate, becoming centered. It means the need for psychological space. We've all had that moment in time. It means contact with the source. Now, my source is God. Your source. Mine is God. Quiet study. Self-discovery. Withdrawing from society, withdrawing from family. Keeping to yourself. Patience. To be discreet, discretion, to be discreet. Time spent alone. Thoughtful planning. Seeking sensible advice, not the crazy girlfriend that we all have. Seeking sensible advice, receiving sensible advice. Deliberation, attention to details, inner guidance. Inner guidance, that's when you are moved by you. Now, I get my inner guidance actually from the source at around, it's during REM sleep. So for me, it usually comes around 5 o'clock, 5:30 is when I receive my messages. And if I'm worried about something, all of a sudden I'm given exactly what to do, how to handle it, or I get a message of, no, don't worry, that's not, this is not for you. Or I might receive a message that's like, listen very, very carefully at work today. You're going to hear something, it doesn't matter. In any case, it means sanctuary. Also means old age. So if you're looking for a time frame, or a time frame on a person, it also means old age, the elderly. Sanctuary, inner understanding, pondering life's mystery. Sometimes we get that old guy and you're like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you thinking? He says, I'm just pondering life. Yeah, he's not kidding. That's the hermit. All right? Withdrawal from your daily routine. This is my world now. The search for a mystical enlightenment. It's hot in here, but I'm always hot. You guys know that. A quiet spell. Patient waiting. Being attuned to the spiritual dimensions of the universe. Again, we're talking about my world, the metaphysical world. But it's also a world that I acknowledge. We all have a sense of mystical enlightenment. Mystical ebbs and flows that guide us. We all have it. I am just immersed in this world. So I acknowledge it quicker and faster to manifest the things that I need out of life. Being attuned to the spiritual dimensions of the universe, the wish to bring knowledge to light. Now, the reason why I brought up the cohesiveness of the other cards is because this is about the wish to bring knowledge to light. This, which we haven't talked about yet, usually means deception. The wish to bring knowledge to light. This, the high priest or the Hierophant, is about someone's moral compass. The wish to bring things to light. Someone's moral compass could be off, could be covering something up. You want to know something? And then the High Priestess, also a card of cover-up. Not as bad as the Moon card. However, if you get in a 10-card spread, the High Priestess, the Moon, the High Priest or the Hierophant, and the Hermit, we got a problem. You could be asking about, is my toes purple? And if these cards come up, I cannot answer your question. We must talk about what is on the table. And if you're coming to a reader and she's able to display to you like why this is so important more than your particular question, and you're able to be receptive to it, then it's like usually time to deal with it. You're not allowed to leave until you get to the acknowledgement of, yeah, I'm living in a situation, I'm living with a problem. I acknowledge it, because you get a spread and all these things come up, which is why I'm going to talk about them back to back. You got a problem. There's a cover-up. There's a problem. And the need to bring knowledge to light. Now, something that's very important here in terms of all the cards, the High Priestess usually always means a time frame. So something will come out in 1 month's time. Also means attending to your mental health. Now, I appreciate this card in accepting that sometimes we need to handle our mental health, and that's why sometimes we do hermitize ourselves. That's what I like to call it, the hermitize ourselves. Not bother with family, stay in our bedrooms when we are around a lot of people, a need for personal space, the sounds of silence. The answer lies with you. The currents of the universe, the currents of the universe, the currents of God, the currents of the universe. The answer is with you. Keeping it quiet and patience is a virtue. When this card shows up, it is now time to withdraw voluntarily from the world. Seek truth in solitude. You must reunite with the source. Prayer matters. Meditation, patient contemplation, calm reflection, counseling, seeking counseling of any kind, drugs, alcohol, or just mental health. Be patient as you strive to make a prudent decision. Most likely the answer lies within. But if you're feeling stuck, seek sensible advice from someone that's more wise and more experienced. It's also a card of education. All right? The people that represent this Hermit is spiritual advisors, psychics, counselors, teachers, gurus, monks, nuns, cloistered nuns, because cloistered nuns are set off aside from the, school nuns. The elderly. Don't discount those people. They've lived here for a reason. Seekers of wisdom. You're not just asking your grandmother questions. You're not just letting her talk. You're finally recognizing that you come from a family history, and now you just want her to talk. Well, Grandma, tell me about this, and what was it like, when you came here from another country, blah, 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 blah. That's what the Hermit means. But it also means a need to rest and reassess your situation. It means to be patient. Have the patience of Job. Be patient. It also means to enter into a period of preparation, because sometimes when you go in, it's because something needs to change. It's voluntary isolation. Now, the reverse. Okay, I'm cool enough. The upside down Hermit means you don't even want wisdom. Old man, get out of here. I don't need to hear from you. All right? Forced silence. Exile. Loneliness. Oh, that's so sad. Lack of human contact. Oh, that's all the reverse cards. Foolish or excessive self-reliance. I know a lot of people like that. Withdrawing from others. Ironically, right side up means to withdraw from others in a good way. Upside down means withdrawing from others, but remember, not in a good way. So it's one of those withdrawals where you're like, oh, I can't stand people. They're this and they're that. And it's like, oh, no, honey, point the finger itself. Like, you're withdrawing because not because everyone else is a problem. You're withdrawing because you're the problem and you can't see it. Hermit, upside down. Lack of communication. Bereavement. Oh, I could definitely see that. Rejection. All right? All the bad stuff. False pride. Pride is a sin. False pride, double sin. Aloof. To be aloof. To act like you don't care. That's a rude, inconsiderate person. Hermit, upside down. Whining. Complaining. I didn't even know that. Hermit, upside down. Ugh, gross. Skepticism. Escapism. Victimization. We know people like that too. Always a victim. Poor me, whining at the same time. Annoying. Confusion. Somebody that constantly brings chaos to the table. Confusion. Double talks you. Hermit, upside down. Self-deception. That's when you lie to yourself. When you're in a relationship that you should not be in, and you're lying to yourself. Hermit, upside down. Being your own worst enemy, we've seen that. I'd rather do it myself. We've seen people like that. I did it my way. That's a song. Nobody loves me. We've heard people say that crap too. I am a rock. I am an island. No one's a rock. No one's an island. Everyone is here because they need to have interactions with other people. And what matters is the interaction and the love and being capable of displaying the love. But releasing yourself from the world because of you being your own worst enemy, and because it's good and correct for you,